on in, the water's
Awesome. So, like I said, I wanted to keep it brief. I want to turn it over to the Key Club and let them come up, introduce themselves, and tell us what's going on. And then from there, we're going to have Audrey come up, and I actually have something for you. So when you do,
okay.
We'll come up with you. Thanks, guys.
My name is Judith Radia, and I am president of the Key Club here at Redmond High School.
And my name is Ava Wolf. I'm the secretary and a senior.
My name is Curry Medina, and I'm the vice president, and I'm a sophomore.
My name is Daniel Duff. I'm the treasurer, and I'm a junior.
Yeah, and as for our club, we've been kind of recovering from losing a lot of seniors last year. I'm the only senior currently in the club, and I'm graduating. But that still leaves our group with a pretty small amount of people, so we'll probably be concentrating on recruitment in this next year. And some of our projects this year have been our cotton candy again. We make cotton candy and sell it at basketball games and football games. And that money goes towards our account. And we use that money mostly for
Projects.
All of the projects.
We already had a food drive, and it was kind of like a competition, and whoever like raised the most cans would win like a prize or something. And we also had a gift drive for the Every Child Foundation, and anything that we weren't able to raise, we just bought it with the account money, and then we gave it to the foundation.
And we haven't had any problems with running out of funds because we always have extra. And another project we did was for Literacy Week. We did a school-wide reading day. We helped Sparrow Club, right? Culture Club, my bad. We helped Culture Club buy snacks for every classroom. So it was mentor period, right? That they all got a silent reading book donated from the Deschutes Public Library. And they read for the entire class and had snacks and dressed down in PJs, and it's just a little fun thing to do.
And our last project, we're doing a penny drive for the Save the Children in Ukraine. And so we're having classes, just collect change and see how much money we can raise for this cause.
That's pretty much what we've been up to this year.
Have you had officer elections yet for next year?
Those are happening this week. They're tomorrow. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. How many more kids do you think are in the club?
We have 10 officially registered members who have their dues paid. I feel like only half of them show up to each meetings. So,
Just like us. I might point out that Ridgeview is having the same problem, okay, with their people. It's not a lot of people.
Yeah, so like Ava said, we're trying to focus that for next year and focus on just recruiting new members.
Choice for those two. But
Thank you.
as a member of the Kiwanis Club, we haven't seen you a whole
Exactly,
bunch, but
yes.
we'd still like to recognize you with the certificate of membership.
Awesome.
So that's for you to display proudly.
Will do.
And then a little Kiwanis pin.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
Awesome.
you.
Thanks.
Appreciate that.
Yes, I am a member, but you have your meetings the exact same time that we have our district meetings. And so for me to miss a superintendent meeting is probably not a good idea if I want to keep working here. So today I was excused because I said they're all coming here. And so if we can do this more often, I can absolutely attend. So, I came from a very large Kiwanis organization in Des Plaines, Illinois, which is right near O'Hare Airport, and I was the principal of the high school there as well. So our kids outnumbered the Kiwanians, which was really neat. We had about 50 kids involved in the Keep Up program, so that's your goal. Your first goal is to outnumber the number of kids at Ridgeview. and become more involved in Ridgeview, right? That's always our goal first. And my daughter happens to be an assistant principal over at that other school, and so that makes it even better if we're, doing better than her over there. So, yeah, I don't know if you noticed the sign when you walked in, the Key Club International sign. This was a room that was dedicated for your use. So if you ever want to have meetings here, you are welcome to use this room, and the Key Club should be having their meetings in here as well, because this is your room, and you probably didn't even know that, right? So in the last couple of years with COVID, we haven't had the opportunity to get out and do the volunteer opportunities that we have wanted to do. So starting, is assuming that this stays on the trend that we're going without the masks and the ability to be out in the public, our goal is to connect with the community and have the community connect with us. And you are our major connection. So if you have projects that you can connect our kids to, let us know and we'll connect with you. The other thing we want to do is get our kids to some of those meetings, so we can do a field trip and get you to at least one student per meeting would be awesome if there's a way to do that. So we'll be working with Ms. Jones to have you there to just be more connected to this club, okay?
We
Yes.
can provide transportation. We live just now 19.
Okay, perfect. So we'll start working on that for next year with Ms. Jones. Ms. Jones is super involved, has wanted to do a lot of stuff, and we had to keep saying no, just because of the COVID restrictions on our students. So we'll get her going and get this involvement. And one of the most disturbing things I found is that our students, when they graduate as seniors, they have to complete a portfolio. And one of the components on the portfolio is an activities chart that includes volunteer service. And we get to that point with every senior, and they're like, I don't know, I haven't done anything. They haven't done anything for anyone else unless it's paid for. So we want to bring back that philanthropic opportunity of, hey, what does community service look like? What does it mean to do service for others? And that's one of our goals at Redmond High School as well. Okay. If you are interested, one of the unique things about Redmond High School is our elective programs. You guys can go to class if you want, or you can hang out if you'd like. It's up to you. You'll stay? Okay. So, smart. One of the things that makes Redmond High School very unique is our elective program. And that includes our CTE area, which is Career and Technical Education. That's what sets us apart and makes us different from Ridgeview High School, because Ridgeview and Redmond High School offer the exact same core classes, the exact same accelerated classes. We are exactly the same with the exception of these electives. So our students can go to either high school, regardless of where they live, based on what courses they want to take. So Ridgeview offers culinary arts, broadcasting, and a nursing program. They also used to offer American Sign Language. Those are 4 things that we did not have. So if a student that lived in the Redmond boundary wanted to go and do that at Ridgeview, they could just fill out a transfer form, provide their own transportation, and go there. Kids from Ridgeview and Redmond High School have the opportunity to take autos, manufacturing, welding, computer science, business, and marine agriculture, can't forget that one, and Marine Corps JROTC. None of that is offered over at the other school. So, where those ravens are. What I can do, if you're interested, is take you on a tour of those classrooms, because those are all hands-on classes, and it's pretty neat to see what our kids are working on, especially now at the end of the year. In all of those courses, we offer something called Industry Standard Certification. If you go through, I talked about this when I talked at the Kiwanis meeting, when our kids finish those programs, if they go through a 4-year course of study or a 3-year intensive course of study, they leave with certificates like SolidWorks in manufacturing. These are industry certifications that they can then go right into the workforce if they want and make a whole lot of money doing welding or manufacturing or 3D printing, etc., because they have that industry standard certification that many people who have been in industry for a long time don't even have, that they're working towards. So our teachers are all from the industry, and so they know what it takes to be in that workforce, and they're helping to get our kids into those programs. Just last year, even during COVID, we had a student put a design of his on Facebook from one of our classes, and Nike picked up on it and said, we want you to design for our company. right out of college. She was a senior. And we'll pay you $65,000 to do this. And he said, no, my mom won't let me. My mom is making me go to college. So they said, that's our fight song. Oh, the Nike. So he was offered a position at Nike. He turned them down because he wanted to go to college and said, you know, my mom says, no, I need to go to college. And if Nike doesn't work out, then what am I going to do? So Nike said, come and work for us. We'll pay for school. You can figure it out. Most schools are online right now. He's doing both, and he's loving it. And whether he stays at Nike or not, he has that opportunity to work for them, get right into the industry. Our kids, our teachers are being called right now asking for lists of our seniors so that they can recruit them right into industry. And it's awesome. So that's what makes us unique here. So if you'd like to do a tour with me, I'll take you right into those classes and you can see the projects our kids are working on and meet some of the teachers. Are you interested? We also have construction technology. I forgot to mention that.
And they came down to different spots that they had.
Okay, we have everyone?
Yeah.
Okay, this is our agriculture department. We offer a full floral nursery design class. We just finished our sale of all the plants that they raised throughout the course of the term, the third term. So there's not much left in terms of what the flowers that they have left, but I wanted to show you the greenhouse where they plant the vegetables and all of the flowers. They learn about soil, they learn about all kinds of vegetation, etc. in these ag classes. So just wanted to share our greenhouse with you. We're going to cut through this classroom.
Oh, there we go. My name is Lance Hill. I have kind of been through, I graduated from Redmond High School, went through the program here. I'm not sure, what group are we?
This is Kiwanis.
Kiwanis. Gentlemen I've known for a long time right there. This is the agriculture science program. We have basically 3 career pathways that we've developed here at Redmond High School that kind of go along with the long tradition. The ag program was actually established in 1922 here at Redmond Union High School back in the day. And we've kind of continuously kept up the tradition of being able to offer classes in animal science, plant and crop science, and mechanics. And past couple of years, we've ventured into food science. We have a number of individuals or companies that are doing food science, like Straw Propeller, and there's been a number of others. So we've decided to move in that direction to teach students about food science as well. So we may come up with a fourth pathway to the program. We have well over 500 students that come through the program every single year, and they range from freshmen all the way through seniors. As you look at the back, we're pretty proud at Redmond High School the number of students out of the ag program that go on and focus in on agriculture careers. We just now have a student, my first student at Kansas State University, so I'm excited about that. We've got a student at Iowa State now. We have a student that went through Butler and Texas Tech and A&M. So we're pretty excited about those kinds of opportunities. But we also have students that are going on to, like Lynn Benton Community College in the welding program, or through the John Deere program at Walla Walla Community College, which are certification programs to where they take their 18-month set of courses and then go right into the workforce at any one of the manufacturers or the companies here in town that we have. So we're pretty proud of those things. So any questions? Which student did you pick?
They chose themselves, so who was going to talk? I know Kendall was going to talk.
Kendall, you go for it. Talk about the program from a student's perspective. Stand up. There you go.
Don't say come on. Come on. Promote the program. What kind of things do you do?
We study a lot of different things and do like lots of hands-on labs like in the shops, and then last period we just made a whole bunch of boutonnieres for like prom, and so we just get a variety of different things we get to study. We just had our plant sale and we learned how to plant all the different flowers and take care of like what each one needs. We just finished studying different types of chicken breeds over in our Intro to Ag class. And so we just get to see a variety of different things and learn very hands-on ways.
Yes, ma'am.
I know that FFA stands for Future Farmers of America, right? Yep. But what does, is it ASC?
SAE.
SAE stand for?
Supervised agricultural experience. So that's like everybody's market hogs that they take to fair, or their steers, or even like their jobs that they do, or whether they have like an egg business and they're selling eggs.
We look at it's called the agate model. It's a Venn diagram. It's got the 3 circles. The classroom is the foundation for it all, the knowledge, the learning of skills, and then the FFA part of it is there's the business aspect, the leadership, the public speaking that comes in with that. And then the third part, the third leg of the Venn diagram happens to be the application of those skills, whether it be a work placement, job experience, science and research, entrepreneurship, where the students, what they've learned in here, they actually put it into practice. So we're kind of proud of that model because it works. We get to see it work year after year. So,
Anyone else, any student want to share any experiences? Any recent success? Any? No? That's it? Really? Anybody win awards this year?
how'd you guys do in meets?
Great. Yeah, so we have a meets team where our student teacher actually ran, and she kind of taught us how to judge meat. And we went down to Fresno, California for a competition. And then we also went to Corvallis where
We were 10th out of 33 teams, which is pretty good for our first year trying to do it.
You have a question?
You bet.
Do you have any of the students who are going to be showing at the county fairs?
Yes, we have quite a few. I think there's 15 students in the beef barn. There's, I think, 11 in the hog barn, and then 8 between the sheep and goat barn.
Yeah,
We usually average right around between 40 and 45 students every summer that we supervise our projects all the way through. The fairs, I mean, the Kiwanis have been part of the fair, oh, Carl, how long? Forever.
Dating to the 50s.
There we go. There we go. It's been, I mean, if you go into Abby's, you'll see there's the old dinner tray boards that the Kiwanis had made back in the 50s that say Fat Stock Show. And so it's kind of one of those long time traditions that we have in the community. Last year, the auction raised $1.7 million for both 4-H and FFA students in the community. So we love our community. I mean, Deschutes County is tremendous. I can't say enough good things about the people and the businesses that support our students.
All right, let's keep moving on. Thank you
bet.
very
You
much.
bet. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
Basically, you're going to learn all about the innards and outers of the computer, how the computer works, the systems. So you're going to learn like Wi-Fi, networking. Right now, we're working on some laptops right now. We're learning how to take them apart, put them together, how different parts work. For instance, this is RAM right down here. And this is what your computer, it's your computer's memory, basically. For instance, we'll take this. This is a motherboard. Has to be grounded in order to touch it, or else I'll damage it. This is basically the whole brains of your computer. This is what just makes everything work. All the networking, nothing would work basically without it. These are the cases that the school was able to buy for us this year. They're brand new, so there's tons of them back there over on the table. We're very thankful to have them and grateful. Right. Just earlier, about a couple weeks ago, we started networking. And networking is all your Ethernet cables, Wi-Fi. To walk you guys through it, basically that's how your devices get service and power. We learned how to make our own wiring cables and wire working Ethernet cables. And if I press the button and the lights are green, which they don't look green from here, but they are green, no worries. We've totally taken apart these computers and built them from scratch. All these parts in this bin, I'm not sure if you guys can see them, they all go inside this. They somehow all fit in here, and somehow it makes a computer. We've been working really hard on it. It's a course that kind of just got refounded again. It was a thing a couple years ago, but it shut down due to lack of participation. So we were able to pick it back up from the scratch, and I mean we've gone pretty far so far. Mr. Spears done a really good job teaching us all about networking and all these computers, and yeah.
Daniel, anything to add? Other Daniel?
This is Daniel. He's like the smartest guy in here.
So what do you have to share? What are you working on, Daniel?
I'm working on stuff that's beyond this class right now.
Which is what?
Which is operating system stuff, kernels, and kind of more advanced networking.
And what can you do with those kind of skills?
Well, you can make your own computer, like the inside program on the computer, and you can also make your own server, which I'm also doing.
What are you going to do with that this summer, Daniel?
Oh, yeah, I already applied for the technology internship for the district.
Excellent. So he'll be helping when kids turn their Chromebooks back in. He'll be helping fix those, helping with the collection itself, and then making sure that they all work by the time kids come back in the fall. Okay. Any questions for these guys? We got a couple questions.
Right over there.
No, I was pointing to you.
Okay, so so many of our computers are now in our pocket.
Yeah.
Do the principles you're learning here apply to how our phones operate and how they can be programmed and fixed?
A lot of technology is very similar. Of course, there's like different components in smartphones and whatnot, but a lot of the same stuff that's in here, like for instance, RAM. Again, RAM is in most of your devices. It's in computers, it's in laptops, phones, TVs, sometimes. So most of the components are very similar to phones. I'm not saying I can fix like anything that you have. Like if you bring a smartphone to me, I'll probably just tell you to take it to Verizon or something.
Trade it for it.
Yeah.
Audrey, do we have coding? Do you have coding classes here?
Yeah, Cody is has gone.
Yes.
Okay. So, yeah, we do. We have a Coding 201, which is us in Kirk County are our ground floor program for Code Fellows, which is like a boot camp for coding. So people want to go out and say, I want to code for a living. They pay $8,000 to Code Fellows, and they do an intensive 6-week course, right? Code Fellows says, let's jump into high school and do this. We do that. Daniel did that last year. Code 201, there's a Code 301 this year. He started it, but had some scheduling issues and couldn't, and other kids facing. So there is some of that. There's also Code Principles. And going back to your question, we're to the laptop stage. This is the next section that we're covering. Cell phone parts, wired connectivity, wireless connections, all that stuff. And actually part of this class, what we want to get to is doing what they're doing here, dissecting cell phones and kind of having some of that features also. We just haven't got to that yet.
I'm old, and my kids are 1,000 miles away, my grandkids. Do you guys hire out?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be a good networking right there, yes.
I have a whole bunch of computer cables and some cases. Do you take donations?
We do, yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay, yeah, we'll take those at the school, sure.
Here's my computer table.
So from home, you mean? Or?
she did a great job of setting me up to get stuff, a place to put these, and
Yes.
a room to be in too, so it's good.
Okay, any other questions? All right, let's keep going because we have two more faces to see.
So my name's Alan Wheeler, and I'm the construction technology teacher here at Redmond High School. I've got an advanced class, 4th period, that's working on building sheds. This is kind of a remodel. We got I recognize a few faces. Anyway, this is kind of a remodel because SpaceX had it for another purpose, for a sound shed for their HVAC systems. And so we're trying to make old doors and things fit together. So it's kind of like becoming a remodeler in a sense, because we've got to work with the studs that are there. We do a lot of different things in here, cabinet building to laser technology to CNC routering. There's a sign for the Opportunity Foundation for their espresso sign, a fire table, little free libraries that we're doing in that back corner. So a lot is going on all at once. So I basically go and help kids as they're working and try to guide. And we learn that when things are not fitting together correctly, to tear them out and redo them, because it's our name that's on the product that we produce. So today we have a hardy plank siding going up with the pneumatic shears outside, and the kids, I said, what do you guys think? And they're like, well, it's not right. It's like, well, if it's not right, what should we do? So they tore it out, and we'll use it on another project that needs smaller pieces. So like I tell them, sometimes my projects start out really big, and as you make mistakes, they shrink. So lots of fun to be had. These guys, you guys want to, what's your favorite part of construction technology?
Next time out.
Come over here so you guys can.
Come on, be proud.
These are a couple of my favorites.
My name's Jesse. My favorite part about construction is with my best friend over here.
Oh, good answer.
Yeah, what's a great project you've done? Something you're proud of?
Little free libraries over there.
I don't know, can you see them in the back? So that was a cool project. Well, tell us what you had to do.
Me and him did it all by ourselves. We did one at least, and we finished up the rest. We just copied a set of plans like you did it, like you would do anything else, blueprints, and then you just cut out the pieces, put it together.
You made a little prototype.
Yeah. Oh yeah. First we did that.
Yes.
We did a little model and see who did the best one.
And then they built full-scale little libraries that will be used. Who did we do this for?
That's a Deschutes Public Library.
Deschutes.
And Housing Works.
And so they're going to put them in a community that we're asking for these libraries where you fill them with books and you take them and bring them back, and et cetera. So they designed them and built them. So very fun.
Yeah.
And she can tell you too a little bit about construction technology. She's been in my class, and I keep telling them come back, and they go off to other places and find their niche. And I have to recruit all the time and say, hey, don't forget my class whenever you have extra time in your schedule. So
Yeah, I had it last year, so as a freshman, and it was a pretty cool class because it's hands-on, and I like learning hands-on stuff. And I got to learn about wood and how to construct with it, so it was pretty cool.
Very good.
Austin, you got any 2 cents?
My name's Austin, and I don't know, I'm just in here to build stuff. So,
What's your favorite project?
Probably libraries.
Libraries?
Yeah.
And you guys are welcome to go through. I know Dan's in there.
We're going to, the drum line starting at 5.
Yeah.
So we'll stop. We'll go this way. Okay. We have only 5 minutes, and then they're doing a drum line because we have all kinds of. We have golf, tennis.
Mr. Kurdian. I teach computer-aided design, manufacturing, and welding in this classroom. This is my manufacturing class. It's a mixed class from Man 1 students up through my Panther Tech, which is the advanced class. So right now, most of them are working on parts, the Titan series it's called. So they're drawing in CAD space. They're creating tool paths for our CNC machines to cut these out of aluminum. Will you go grab a couple parts, Jace? Jace is out there working on his 4th piece Everything we do in this class is cut out of aluminum. We have some students working on the laser.
Ava.
So make all kinds of games, cribbage boards. This was CNC machined. So the square was cut out on a machine, all the holes were drilled on the machine, and it was transferred over to our laser. This one was all CNC machined, so the whole thing was carved and engraved. Jace is passing around some of the aluminum parts. These are basically just widgets. They're not, they don't go to anything. It's just to get the students out there learning how to machine on aluminum, how to properly drill and thread a hole. So there's threads in these things. Every piece that we do steps up in complexity. And then they start working on things like this. We do dominoes, aluminum dominoes, tricky triangles, electric guitars. We just got a new CNC router, compliments of new house manufacturing. Gave us a nice little chunk of change, so we bought a CNC router, and we're carving a part out on that currently. We have a lot of really cool industry partners. BaseX down at the end of town has probably given us $30,000 worth of steel in the last month to support our welding program. Buckstop Bumpers, Mill Power donated a bunch of money to us so I could take 5 of my best welders out to Wyoming last week for a welding competition, as well as Lynn Benton. We went out there for another welding competition. So a lot of really good community support from our industry partners to help out with this class. These materials are extremely expensive. This is 6061 aircraft aluminum, not cheap. The wood, I was in the guitar industry for over 20 years, so I have a garage full of exotic wood. That's where a lot of this stuff is coming from. I just donated to the kids to make really cool things like this. Kids can make money out of this. Yoshi, the kid that's been making these, he's in the tennis team drumline right now. He made $650 in 1 week selling these cribbage boards. So I encourage that in here. They have use of all these machines. We got a CNC plasma cutter that cuts steel like the fish up there. We do custom fire pits, custom benches. There's some out there. We compete at Skills USA. We've got 2 state champions. Reed won CNC technician. Yoshi and Easton Croft both won 3D printing. So we're heading off to nationals in Atlanta, Georgia next month. What else? Any questions? We have a lot of fun in here making stuff.
Every now and then I hear about some of the aircraft manufacturing companies in Central Oregon. I'm probably not describing it right. Are there skills the kids are learning here that could help them with a career and things like that? The software that these guys have up right now is called MasterCam. It's the most popular CAM software, which is computer-aided machining in the world. It's the most popular, largest CAM software out there. SpaceX, all their parts are designed in MasterCam. NASA uses it, Boeing uses it. Anybody who's anybody uses MasterCam. SolidWorks is the most powerful and most popular parametric modeling software in the world right now. And that's what we use. Most schools will use AutoCAD because it's free. I use SolidWorks because that's the industry standard right now. Nike uses it to design shoes. And again, SpaceX, NASA, all those companies are using it, sending rockets up to Mars. And so yeah, these are directly related to industry. Students can earn certifications in SolidWorks. I have the only 4 students in the state of Oregon who have earned the professional. That's taken 9 years to get 4 students across that finish line. That is a large certificate. There's a girl out there, her older brother got the professional. He got an $80,000 job offer in this classroom on my speakerphone from Nike to become an engineer up there with that professional certification. He turned it down. He's at OSU going through their engineering program.
So yes, this directly relates to industry. These kids, I guarantee them 100% a job out of this class, especially in my welding class. Industry shows up here to hire these kids. So, and that's with or without college experience. If they have experience in this stuff, they're almost guaranteed a job 100%. So. And additive manufacturing, that is just blowing up right now, that whole industry. We have two, which are unfortunately down right now. We can print nylon carbon fiber, flexible materials, all different types of plastics, and they're doing all kinds of stuff with 3D printing now. So, but learning that skill, how to create something, convert it into the file that's readable by the machine. They're 3D printing homes now, 3D printing cars, all kinds of stuff. So these skills that they're learning in here, I try to expose them to a multitude of skills from design all the way through to fabrication and making it.
Well, thank you for your time.
You're
the
welcome.
drum line is about to start, so if you guys want to follow me to the commons.
Okay.
Yeah.